It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is UFO with Only You Can Rock Me, Eddie Trunk. And kicking off the show tonight, we heard Rat with Nobody Rides for Free, and nobody rides the CMS coattails either. But making sure that that doesn't happen, a guy who doesn't let shit stand, my friend and partner and a guy who uses his power for good, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
Just getting here, dude. I was watching rewatching Homeland, and literally looked up, and it was like 3 minutes till 9. I was like, fuck, I guess I better go do this.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. What do you think? 9 o'clock rolls around. Let's see, what do I normally do on Saturday? I could be watching Netflix. I could be watching Amazon Prime, but oh, shit, I got a show to do.
I completely spaced the clock out, and I just got engrossed in Homeland and was like, oh yeah, this is good. Looked up, was like, fuck, it's time. I guess I better go do this.
Sure. Go do your job, man.
My job.
Go use your powers for good.
My superpowers.
Your superpowers. Superpower Aiken. All right. Well, we are back here on the Classic Metal Show, obviously, and it's been quite a eventful week.
Why? What happened?
Well, with all the nonsense going on social media.
Did something happen?
I heard that there was a lot of rumblings going on out there, and some tit for tat, a little back and forth, a little social media spat.
Was there? With who? Me?
Well, I heard that the CMS fans have been involved, as well as one of their fearless leaders, the superpower Chris, who only uses his power for good. That's right.
Yeah, there was some hitting back, and it was surprising it was me, not you, but it was me not. I guess I just took offense, Eddie, to our good friend Eddie Trunk, trying to glom our news.
Yeah,
I just wasn't willing to take it, dude.
Well, we're not going to take it, pal. Even though he did get Twisted Sister back together, we're not going to take it.
Well, I heard, on Monday that Don Dokken is going to be on Eddie's XM show.
Okay.
And I'm going to guess that's going to be to officially announce the reunion.
Yeah, because that didn't happen here about a month and a half ago.
What a fucking knothead.
Yeah. I wonder if Don will bring up the show, bring up the CMS. Yeah, I announced that on the Classic Metal Show about 6 weeks ago.
You think he would do that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I would hope he wouldn't do that. There's no reason for him to cut his own throat.
Sure.
Over us.
Yeah, I don't care one way or the other.
I don't either. It just pissed me off. That dude, for better or for worse, that dude, he's got his success.
Sure he does.
And he's wildly involved in the scene. We're not going to take that away from him.
Absolutely not.
But you know what? When you don't break the news, you don't have to try and pretend like you did.
Right.
And that's really what he did. And his fucking comment back about, well, George told me on the boat. Shut up,
yeah,
dickhead.
Well, so Don told me last year, but I swore I wouldn't talk about it until after the contracts were signed.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody telling you something backstage is not an announcement.
Yeah, it's not an official an announcement. And besides, Don didn't even sign the contracts until a day before he came on the CMS and talked about it.
Yeah, and George has been saying for 3 fucking years about a Dokken reunion.
Sure.
In print. So none of that made it an actual official announcement.
Right, exactly. And even Mick talking to the guy up there in Canada, Mitch LaFon.
Who?
Mitch LaFon.
Oh, Mitch, yeah.
Yeah, talking to him on his podcast. That was a quote unquote official announcement yet, because still the contracts hadn't been signed at that point.
Right. Don came on and said, it's official, we're doing it. Yeah. I signed the contract.
Yeah, just yesterday.
Yeah.
So up until that point, he was just like, this reunion, there is nothing official about it yet.
Right.
He says there are still details that need to be worked out, and if those details are not worked out, we're not doing it.
Right.
So
I just got annoyed with it, and dude, I don't generally give a fuck about that kind of shit.
Sure.
But, don't take our news. We don't get, quite honestly, we're the smaller show. And as the smaller show, you know what? We don't get that many exclusives. So when we do, there's no way am I going to let him just glom it.
Yeah.
You know, I just wasn't willing to let him do it.
Yeah,
period.
You don't know who you're dealing with here, pal.
Well, as I said online, I have too big of an ego and too big of a mouth to let that fucking go.
Sure.
That's simple.
Right. All right. Well, we'll get into a little bit of that, read a little bit of the little tit and tat. And, of course, our fans were very quick to step up to the plate as well and, you know, get behind the CMS and, you know, throw a few barbs out there.
Yep.
So,
that was fun.
So that's always fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Other than that, you know, what else happened this week? Anything worthwhile? I guess Blotzer, he was out there making some noise too again, and we did actually get an official phone call last week, a voicemail that will play about Blotzer leaving the stage after 3 songs last week.
Okay.
So we actually did get a voicemail from somebody who was there.
Nice.
And which is funny because you know we get our fans who go to these shows and immediately they think of us. I got to call the CMS and tell them what's going on.
Too funny.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll talk about that, and I guess he made a little bit of news out there talking about how his lead singer will blow the original singer away, and
yeah, man.
Yeah. So there's still some rat traps clicking off, and our good friend Stevie Rochelle over there at Metal Sludge has gotten our back again this week.
He did, and I got from several different people that are close to that camp that everybody except for the singer has put in their notice that they're leaving in September.
Is that a fact?
Well, I heard it. I'm not saying it's unlike certain people whose initials would be E.T. I'm not making the official announcement here.
You're reporting a rumor you heard.
I'm reporting a rumor that I heard that everybody except for Josh has given notice that they will be leaving in September.
All right.
Including the manager.
All right.
That is what I've heard from several sources this week.
And who is the manager?
I don't remember his name. I can look him up.
Is that
talk about it, really will.
Is that ARM Entertainment?
No. Who are the tour managers?
Oh, they actually have a tour manager?
Yeah, they have somebody that's doing tour management.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I thought Bobby and those guys kind of were taking care of their own business. I didn't realize they had a separate guy taking care of their business.
Well, from what I've been told, anyway. Again, I'm not part of their camp, so I don't have an exact answer for you. But I was told that their manager, as well as multiple members of the band, have given notice.
Okay. Well, so the whole Foreigner thing isn't working out, being like Foreigner.
Well, I'd imagine seeing the other guys getting it back together probably said, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah. So they're not going to be buying houses and cars and stuff.
Well, you never know. They might do better. They might do better than 4/5 of the band.
And so they won't be out there making, shitloads of cash and, carrying on the legacy like Foreigner did.
Well, you never know, man. I mean, there might be some. I mean, look at how many years did we have multiple Foghats, and they both did well, or all 3 did well, or whatever.
Well, I don't know that they did well, but
well enough to keep doing it.
Well, yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it isn't Foreigner like.
No, definitely not going to be Foreigner.
Foreigner is one of those very, very, very lucky bands that has been able to transcend having, a good portion of the original members and only having one.
Yeah, they're pretty much it.
Yeah, so and Mick Jones wrote most of the songs anyway.
Right.
So that kind of makes a difference when you're one of the creative force in the band. That's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, Journey has what, 2?
Well, how far back do you want to go? Do you want to talk about the most popular lineup, or do you want to talk about?
I guess if you go Escape up 3, but if you look at the history of Journey, it's just what, Neil and Ross.
No, Neil.
Oh, Ross wasn't there then?
No.
I did not know that.
No. They had Greg Raleigh.
Yeah, on keys.
And of course, Neil Sean.
Right.
And I can't remember a couple of the other guys, but no. So if you really want to go, back in Journey catalog, Neil Schon is really the only original guy. But if you want to talk most popular lineup, there's three.
Yeah, you got the three, and actually Steve Smith is back.
Yeah, Steve Smith is back, so it's 4/5 actually.
So that's almost Journey.
It's almost Journey, minus Steve Perry.
Yeah.
But of course,
they don't need him.
Yeah. So, minus the guy who sounds like Steve Perry, that's pretty much Journey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So the most popular Journey.
Yep.
So, but hey, God bless those people for being able to go out there and carry on and make some kind of a living.
Sure.
I like making a living. I know you do too.
Yeah, I've been told that it's fun.
All right. We did a segment last week. I know I talked to you. What was it, on Wednesday or Thursday?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that still made me laugh today.
The
hot girls, fun times, and silly scenarios. That was just a funny segment. Now, did you get to listen to that like you thought?
Yeah, I listened to it on my drive back yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. I thought you were coming back on Thursday.
No, I came back yesterday. This week.
Okay.
Came back a day later this week.
All right.
But yeah, I listened to it in the car. It was good.
What part the part that people have mentioned to me?
Yeah.
They always like it when you get into stupid mode and start questioning me. Well, what about this? And
right.
And what about that? What about that scenario? And what would you do if
right?
And then you throw in some kind of scenario.
The Susanna Haas, but you can smell it.
Right. Exactly.
What the hell?
Yeah. Too funny.
Yeah, it was good.
I agree. Well, I enjoyed the show last week. We had a lot of good topics.
Yeah, it was a comeback show.
It was a comeback show.
Yep.
So anyway, tonight we got a few emails to get to.
All right.
And get to, like I said, some of the dust-ups that went on in the news.
Okay.
And, of course, some stories and whatever silliness comes up. Our good friend Sammy Lee over there at Red Rain, he texted me today. He's got a subject he'd like to cover. He might call in, or we just might cover it without him. But
all right.
He had a personal situation happen with his band.
Okay.
That he wants to kind of make a segment out of.
All right.
So he's got something to say.
That's good.
So I invited him to call in and bring it up, and then people can comment on it.
Well, that sounds good.
So I told him, you can bring us up to date with what's going on with Red Rain, and then bring up your subject, and we can discuss it.
Sure.
So that's another thing.